Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I just want to make a quick video talking about the yamas and niyamas. So this is a great book that was recommended to me by one of my yoga teachers that I love. And yeah, so yamas are things you want to stop yourself from doing, restraints. And niyamas are things you want to observe. So yeah, things you want to observe. So we're gonna talk about it, and I promise you if you stick till the end of this video you will learn a lot of things that will make you feel like a better person and like you have control of your life, because at the end of the day you are the one in control of your life, nobody else. And you know, keeping the yamas and niyamas as things for yourself that you want to restrain yourself from doing and observe in others and observe in yourself, I swear will shift your reality into such a positive, happier reality. So stick around till the end of this video. Okay, so we're gonna get into the yamas. I'm gonna name them first and then we can talk about them. So the first one is non-violence. The second one is truthfulness. The third one is non-stealing. The fourth one is non-access. Non-excess, sorry my French. And the fifth one is non-possessiveness. Okay, so let's start with the first yama, which is non-harming. So the whole concept of non-harming is not only harming others, but harming yourself. And by harming, I don't just mean punching someone in the face. By harming, you can also harm people with your actions or with your words. So it's very important to choose carefully the words that you say to people. Sometimes there are things that just don't need to be said, you know? So yeah, non-harming is really important, and it really leaves you in the end with a better feeling inside. You feel more kind and compassionate, and not harming others is just so important to have a better world and for people to have respect for each other, you know? So the second one is truthfulness. So truthfulness is very important, to not lie to others but not lie to yourself either. And by not lying, I don't mean being rude and like crazy blunt. There's always a nice way to put things. If, for example, somebody is wearing something that does not suit them, there's a nice way of being like, I think you should try this instead, and not say like a horrible comment to make that person feel bad about themselves. You know, choose your words carefully, and the reason for that is because your words become your reality. And often when you speak a word, a bad word about someone else, it's kind of returning to you. It comes back to the law of karma. Everything is vibration. We are vibrational beings. We live in a vibrational world, and every single word carries a specific vibration. So nice words carry a nice vibration. Mean words, bad words carry a bad vibration. And that is actually proven scientific studies. They did studies on drops of water, and they would say certain word to a drop of water and say certain word to another drop of water, and the water creates a different shape, like a beautiful shape. When it's beautiful, like magical words, like the shape would be like a beautiful little perfect snowflake. And then when you say negative word, it's all like distorted, you know? So if the words affect water, well, guess what, guys? We're made of like 75-90% water. So think about how much your word can affect your body and your outer reality. So it's really important to be truthful and not to harm, and be a good human. Let's get to the third yama, so non-stealing. And non-stealing isn't only not stealing physical thing, but not stealing opportunity, or not stealing boyfriends or girlfriends. You know, like non-stealing can be for so many different things. And yeah, it's important to, you know, not steal, because that's how you attract abundance, you know? And now, non-excess. So non-excess of food, non-excess of TV, non-excess of exercise, because excess of anything is bad for you. Excess of water is bad for you. Excess of eating bananas is bad for you, you know? So non-excess is a very important one. Non-excess of smoking. I know some smokers that'll smoke a cigarette every half hour. Do you really need a cigarette every half hour? Now think about the effects, because action equal reaction. Think about the effects of smoking every half hour on your body. Now I'm not saying having one cigarette here and there is gonna kill you, although some people would argue different, but you know, at the end of the day, excess of anything is bad for you. Excess of alcohol, excess of sex, excess of anything. So it's important to respect the yama of non-excess. And when you're not doing things in excess, well, you have energy left for other things, you know? If you're always having sex, you'll never have energy left for anything else, creation or whatever. If you're always eating, you're always gonna be full and tired. You know, if you sleep too much, you're gonna wake up tired, you know? Okay, now the last yama is non-possessiveness. So when we're young, and that starts from when we are a child, this is my toy, this is my mom, this is my house, you know? That starts from a very young age. We're kind of like programmed, my. But at the end of the day, nothing is really yours. You know, my mom, sure, it's my mother, but is she mine? No, she's her own person. Like, she doesn't belong to me, you know what I mean? And yeah, like a boyfriend, they come and go. They're not necessarily yours, you know? There was a boyfriend that was mine at the time, but guess what? He's not mine anymore. So was he ever truly mine? You know, it's something to keep in mind, like, and not only in those circumstances, but like non-possessiveness also comes down to like physical things. Like, are you a hoarder? You know, do you still need those clothes that don't fit you anymore, that you only wear, you've never wore in the past 3 years? Do you really still need that? You know, get rid of things. I personally think that, you know, clearing things around your home is often like clearing energy, clearing old stale things you don't need no more. Give them to someone who's gonna appreciate that thing so much more than you know? And that comes back to karma too. When you give things to people, things come back to you. So that's why I have been doing major cleaning in my house in this past couple months. And also every time I move, I love moving because it's an opportunity for me to really go through my things and really question if, you know, if I have a crazy attachment for a reason or another to an object, sure, I'm gonna keep it. It reminds me of my dad, it reminds me of my ankle or my mom, my uncle. But you know, so some things it's okay to keep. I'm not telling you to get rid of everything you own, but it's important to really question, do I really need this before you buy something? You know, do I really need a 10th pair of jeans? You know, there's some things you need and some things you don't. So it all comes down to non-possessiveness, and yeah, I love that one. Okay, let's go to the niyamas. So things you want to observe in yourself or in others. So the first one is purity, cleanliness. Cleanliness not only of your body, but also of your mind, of the things you consume, of the things you listen to, of the things you watch. What kind of TV show do you watch? You watch a lot of drama TV show, a lot of killing, negativity, scary stuff that is constantly boosting your cortisol and your adrenal glands, which is not good to live out of always your adrenal bumping, you know? And if you do something like I used to do, dancing in front of big crowds, and then you go home and you keep watching scary stuff, you're always living out of that like fight or flight mode, and like your adrenal glands and cortisol level is always like stimulated, and that's so bad for you to be in that fight or flight state for a long period of time. So it's important to consume things that are calming as well, because there's nothing like a balanced life. There can be too much of one thing and too much of another, you know? And yeah, purity, it's the same for eating. If you eat always meat, and you never eat green, you're gonna have a very acidic body. That's not good for you. It's important to have an alkaline diet, or, you know, at least include some alkaline food so you can balance that acidity in your body, because when you have an acidic body, you develop inflammation, you can develop cancer and all kinds of diseases. So it's really important to have a balanced lifestyle of what you eat, what you listen to, what you consume, you know? And yeah, I'm not telling you never watch a scary movie again if you love them, but I'm telling you to try to relax your nervous system as well here and there, because it's important to feel calm and really be able to breathe and be in your own body. And which is why yoga and meditation are incredible practice to add to your daily life to help to balance and calm your mind and help to calm your nervous system. Okay, now the second niyama is contentment. Are you content with your life? Or are you always bitching you don't have enough of this, you don't have enough of that? Or are you content with what you have? And that's one that I have been living lately, being content with my life and being content with what I have, because some people don't get to eat every day. Some people don't get to go to bed in a bed at night. Some people don't get to have a roof over their head. So there's always something to be grateful for, and that's something to really focus on. Focus on the things you are grateful for and be content with your life. And that's where you can raise your frequency, you can raise your vibration and start attracting more positive things in your life, because that's kind of how it works. And now, self-discipline. Why is it important to be self-disciplined? So it's important to be self-disciplined for, being able to not be late at work, not be late for your appointment, get some work done, and be a productive human being and be living your best life. It's important. We all need a job or something, some hobby, some passion. We need something to keep us going through our daily life. And self-discipline is extremely important, and it's one that a lot of people lack. And I think we all do here and there have a little bit of discipline problem, and that's normal. Trust me, there's nothing wrong with you if you feel like you lack discipline. There's always room for improvement. I've been myself reading a very, very good book. It's called The Power of Discipline. And it really teaches you little tips and tricks on how to become more disciplined, and also kind of explain why people lack discipline. And it's a great book, and there's always ways you can inform yourself on how to become more disciplined in your life. Okay, self-study is the fourth niyama. Why is it important to self-study? Because once you start studying yourself, you realize there's always more to learn. If somebody tells me they are the master of the master and they know everything, that to me is a big red flag, because once you start learning information, you realize how much you don't know. And life, we are here on this planet, from my beliefs, to learn things and learn experience. And when you stop learning and you settle for just a simple life, to me, you're not living to your truest, best potential of what you could truly be as a human being, because we are incredible creatures that has the potential to learn a lot and make a really big impact on society and on the world. So it's really important to always self-study and always try to better yourself and always try to comprehend more about life. It's important to self-study, and it will also help to increase your confidence if you are self-studying, because the more you know, the better you feel about yourself. And that, I'm speaking from my experience. I feel like for a while I was just living a certain lifestyle and I wasn't trying to learn anything. I didn't have time to learn anything, did not make the time to learn anything new, and I was starting to feel really down and depressed and almost a little so it's important to self-study, and it really makes you feel good. Every time I learn something, I get so excited. Every time I finish a book, I get so excited. It's really fun to learn. And then the last niyama is surrender. Surrender to the moment and live in the moment and have faith. Everything happens for a reason. I know this one is a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. It was for me for a very long time, but you really come to realization after so much bad stuff happens to you. You start to really take a step back and out of your body, out of that experience, and you look at what happened almost as if you're looking at a picture framed on a wall, and you try to comprehend what is happening in this picture. Why is this happening in this picture? But at least asking yourself questions and questioning things, and it really helps you to learn a lot of lessons. Like, I've been in very bad abusive relationship. I got physically abused, mentally abused, and it was hard for me to comprehend and realize that that's happening for a reason. But now, being able to step out of that, I'm like, wow, I was very naive. I was very gullible. I didn't know my self-worth. I wasn't confident enough to step away from that. I learned a lot of lesson from that situation. But anyways, all in all that said, surrendering to the moment and having faith that just trust in your destiny and just try to live in the now. Try to live in the now moment. It's what is the most important thing, because the now moment, you'll never get it back. And if you are living your now moment thinking about the past or living in the past, you're not living in the now moment, you're living in the past. It's hard to explain. And if you're always focused on your future, you're not living in the now, because your mind's in the future. Our mind basically time travels all the time. So that's why meditation and yoga is such a great practice to bring you into the now moment and really be able to focus on the now, because now is the only moment you will never get back. And now is your life. Your life is now. Your life is not in the past. Your life is not in the future. Your life is now. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing me talk a little bit about the yamas and yamas, but this is such a great book that goes in such deep detail about everything I just talked about, but way better, okay guys? So I highly recommend you check out The Yamas and Yamas, Exploring Yoga's Ethical Practice by Deborah Adele. And it really just teaches you how to be a better human and be more compassionate, be more loving with yourself, with others, and it teaches you a lot of things that unfortunately a lot of us are raised without knowing. And yeah, great book. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more videos. I do yoga videos. When I read a book, I like to break it down a little bit and do a little video and talk about it. And I do vlogs with my friends, all kinds of things. So just go subscribe and I will see you in the next one. Bye.